You know that you're full, but you keep on eating. Why the heck and Bob does this still happen? Because I know how frustrating it can be, right? When you know that you can feel fullness, you're like, I don't need any more food. And it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're at home, if you're at a social event, you're just having a snack. Like, you know when you can feel your body getting full. Even if hunger and fullness cues have been disconnected for a while, like, you know when you're full. But it's the most annoying and frustrating thing when you keep on eating. It's like one part of your brain says, you're full, like, stop eating. But then another part of your brain is like, just keep on going. Like, there's just one more slice of pizza left. How often has that happened? Maybe you're even out for dinner and you ordered pizza and the pizza is delicious. It is so good. Maybe it's your favorite pizza and there's just one slice left and you're full. But the crust tastes so good. Maybe you have prosciutto on it. Like, I love prosciutto on my pizza. Whatever it is, and you're like, but it's just so good. Like, I just have to finish it. And you literally feel like, I just have to clean my plate. I have to finish it. And you know you're full. You're like, I know I'm going to regret this. Like, if I'm already full now, I'm not going to feel any better if I finish this last slice of pizza. But it just feels like this pull of, I'm just going to eat it. Or maybe you've had your mom drop off her famous homemade cookies and you're like, they're so good. And again, maybe you just had lunch and you're not even hungry, but you're like, oh, but they look amazing. So I'm just going to have some, even though you know you're full. And again, that's really, really frustrating because you intellectually know you're full and your body says, keep on going. So this happens for two different reasons. Now, the first reason, you've heard me talk about this before. You are continuing to eat past fullness, even though you know you're full, because you have deeply created a habit in your brain. Now, binge eating is not just a habit. Overeating is also a habit. A habit is just the more times you do it, the easier it becomes, right? And so what ends up happening is every single time you know that you're full, but you tell yourself just a few more bites. Oh, just one more cookie. Oh, but there's just one slice of pizza left, so I'm just going to finish it. Oh, no, but just this one time because my mom brought over these famous cookies. Oh, but just this one time because it's Thanksgiving. Oh, just this one time it's an Italian restaurant. Oh, just this one time because my best friend's getting married. Just this one time. First of all, it's never just one last time. Let's be honest. It's never just one last time. But every single time you say just one last slice of pizza, just one more cookie, you are continuing to overeat. And this creates a familiar habit in the brain. And so what ends up happening is your brain becomes familiar with you continuing to overeat. And when you eat until you're comfortably full, that almost feels more uncomfortable than eating past fullness. And you know that eating past fullness is really uncomfortable, but it almost feels even more uncomfortable to stop when you're comfortably full because you haven't been doing that. I remember there were periods of time where I wasn't binging as much necessarily. Like, I wasn't like super out of control with food anymore. I was having less binges. I was, not going through these out-of-body experiences anymore. Like, I wasn't really binging anymore, but I was overeating at the majority of my meals. And of course, it's going to feel hard to break that habit because, again, every single time you eat past fullness, your brain is like, this is just what we do. And there would be times where I would try to stop when I was full, but I just felt like I couldn't. Like, it just felt even more uncomfortable. I was just try to go back to work. but all I could think about is continuing to overeat because there was a sense of familiarity. There was a sense of comfort. Even though eating past fullness is really uncomfortable, there was a sense of familiarity. There was a sense of comfort. And what ends up happening is also your brain sees overeating, eating past fullness as your new level of fullness. Even though this is not true fullness, right? Because overeating is not true fullness. But your brain is like, well, you keep eating until this point, so I'm going to make that your new level of fullness. And this is why it feels hard to break, but you can break it. You can absolutely break it. My clients have made proof that this is possible. I'm proof that this is possible. But I want to explain the reason why this happens. And that kind of ties into the second one, which is, I kind of talked about it, but it feels uncomfortable. And it feels uncomfortable to sit in this weird, unfamiliar feeling to stop when you're comfortably full, because it's like no, like something's missing. You might even feel like this sadness of like, oh, like I have to, like, I don't want to stop when I'm full. Even though it's like deep down in your heart, you want nothing more than to just eat like a normal person. You can effortlessly stop when you're full, leave food on your plate. You want to be that type of person. But it's almost like you get a sad feeling of like, oh, but I want to finish it. You know, it's like, I don't want to eat until I'm comfortably full because it feels weird. It feels unfamiliar. It feels uncomfortable. And this is where you need to get comfortable being in the discomfort. This is my root and rewire process. Rewiring your brain is so much more, it's simpler than you think. I created my root and rewire process to help you rewire your brain. Meaning, when your brain says, keep on eating, oh, just finish that last slice of pizza. This is where you need to say, no. I'm here to rewire my brain. I'm here to retrain my thoughts. I'm here to retrain my behaviors with food. And every single time that I continue eating past fullness, I am going to further ingrain this habit into my brain. And I don't want that. I want my brain to see that eating until comfortably full is safe. It's familiar. It's what I desire. It feels really good. It feels really comfortable. And I'm not going to get there if I continue eating past fullness. So will there be a point of discomfort? Absolutely. Will there be a point of this feels weird, this feels uncomfortable? Absolutely. But you're going to experience discomfort either way. Let's freaking be honest. If you stop when you are comfortably full and it feels strange and it feels weird and it feels uncomfortable and it feels unfamiliar, those are the exact same feelings of like, that's not comfortable, but so is eating past fullness. And I would actually argue that eating past fullness is way more uncomfortable than sitting in a little bit of discomfort of like, this feels weird, this feels strange. I normally don't eat until I'm comfortably full. But again, just like with any habit, the more times that you eat until you're comfortably full, even though you're going to feel a pull to eat more, even though you're going to feel a pull to finish the last slice of pizza, even though you're going to feel that pull to have your mom's baked cookies, even though you're full from lunch, and you say, no, thank you. When you say, I'm not going to do that, guess what? It becomes easier over time. And then eating until comfortably full becomes your new level of fullness. And it actually becomes familiar. It actually becomes comfortable. And then you know what? You know the only thing that feels uncomfortable is when you overeat. You'll get to a point where you're like, I literally cannot overeat. Like for me, like I literally can't. like I'm like, I don't want to make my body feel like crap. But I never thought that I would get to this point. There were times where I was literally overeating at every single one of my meals. That felt safe. It felt comfortable, even though I hated it. It was like, it just felt right. It felt safe. It felt familiar. It felt comfortable. And now I'm like, I literally cannot make myself feel like crap. And that's because I implemented my root and rewire process, and I've rewired my brain to actually see fullness as comfortably full. So you are continuing to eat past fullness, even though intellectually you know that you're full, because you keep on eating past fullness. And it just becomes more and more and more familiar to you. And you have to sit with the discomfort, knowing that comfort is closer than you think. Knowing that you absolutely can stop when you're full. You can rewire your brain. You will get to a point where you can't overeat. Like you literally cannot make yourself feel like crap. You're like, honestly, I feel so freaking good every single day. I am not going to make myself feel that way. Like you will absolutely get to that point. But there is that in between where you have to sit with the discomfort. But again, you're going to experience discomfort either way. So might as well sit in the discomfort that leads to comfort versus sit in the discomfort that continues to lead to more discomfort. You are a freaking badass and you can sit with the discomfort. So this is a little training. This is a little mini episode on stopping when you're full. Using my root and rewire process to create a new sense of comfort in your brain, to have your brain retrain to say, actually, this is what full feels like. This is what full feels like. And then again, it becomes easier and easier for you to not overeat. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys soon.